Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Lions going up against the Bears. With that, let's get out to Soldier Field. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
To throw is Stafford. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they'll run it here. And some room to work. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a 1st quarter lead.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue, explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
To throw now on first down. It's grabbed over the middle by White. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a second down. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Back to throw again. His throw incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Jeremy Langford, the one he was looking to get it to. And it's 4th down.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
Play clock winding down. And they just did not get the snap away in time. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Leopard. Leopard. Kill. No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
From the 50, Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. So they're able to connect and beat the man coverage.
Nice job between the two of them. One getting downfield, the other one delivering.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, a 22.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back.
Yep.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think a lot of people are a little bit surprised there that they ran the draw after that successful pass play previously. But the thought process had to be, maybe we can catch them rushing the passer and hit something big with the running play.
To throw is Stafford. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
3rd and 2, Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. Was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
And this is a quarterback who certainly played awfully well last week in their win. I know he's looking to replicate that one here today.
First carry for the tailback, Jeremy Langford. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning. The game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country, and at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
Green 39! Green 39! Watching that, Barney!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The lone sent back is Langford. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Langford. And, oh, now it's out. Langford loses the football. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Set! Green 39! Green!
They'll try and throw for it here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And some space here. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So they go on 4th down, not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And here comes the Lions defensive unit. They trot back out onto the field.
Here we go.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. On the left side, a catch by White. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Langford looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Now let's go. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
Now back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The 13 yards that time at a first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now let's go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it, and that'll be incomplete. The lone setback is Langford. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
no
yards.
yardage. Okay.
Now, Barney.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He hits White, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Kevin White, his first touchdown of the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. Jason Myers now for the extra point.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who were in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Ebron caught left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. Touchdown, Detroit. Malcolm Mitchell, his first touchdown of the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's where they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back. Out there now. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 14 yards there and a 1st down.
Here we go now. Leopard.
They go play action here on 1st down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The play clock's running down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Fighting through. Uses the stiff arm. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. Now Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. 3rd and 2, Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing is Stafford, and it's complete to Mitchell. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st and 10, Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a 1st down there to the tight end.
Here's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Their big-bodied receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And he'll bang that one through. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
So that's back to... drives where they throw Interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here come the Lions now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. In the red zone this time. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trey Ball. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over. In range for a field goal or maybe more. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Stafford. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Malcolm Mitchell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions have got it on cruise control.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
No, check. Patriot.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. First down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions. Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. A great read. And it's picked off. Woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make the play on 1st down.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead stand.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. The return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goalpost.
That's right.
Before you drop
taught
the
me
ball.
that.
There you go.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They go screenplay to Langford. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd and short, the defense did a really nice job of telling the quarterback, we're not going to give you the short routes and throw it to the sticks. You're going to have to beat us throwing it downfield. What they didn't account for, his legs. He pulls it down and runs for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Bears are going to get a 1st. So the offense has it 1st and 10. The lone setback is Langford. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the running game. Langford. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot! Leopard!
They're going to look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. 14 yards there on the pickup, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run here with Langford. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact and give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They'll look to run with Langford. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch the twins.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
You got 4. You got 4. Set. Got 20.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Stafford on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Fresh set of downs here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pass incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. That'll bring up second down.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete here on third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
He lost 2, and it brings up fourth. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on the foot.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Coney Ely in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Gun! All right, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Green, 39. Good. All right, now, look at 56. No.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sean Robinson in there to get him well behind the line of scrimmage. Gosh, it's a loss of 17, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
All right, here we go. Blue, landing. Blue. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning. At the point of attack.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And, Brandon, it's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead. There's not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving and seal the win.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Go full strength. Hold on behind me,
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one down to the 36.